to go again?
What do you want me to do?
Hit me.
You're a 15-year-old girl. Oh. What the hell?
Act like a bitch, get slapped like a bitch.
Oh, God.
Oh, take your tampon out, Dave.
That's right, the high school vigilantes are back. After the big success of the first one, it's now time for Kick-Ass 2. This comic book adaptation is once again completely packed with action, hilarious situations, and wicked crazy characters.
At the beginning of this movie, you know, Hit Girl is pretending to be a schoolgirl but secretly going out at night and taking out bad guys. Red Mist is becoming the world's first supervillain, and Kick-Ass has got his team together, so it's quite exciting. It feels bigger than the first movie, and I think a sequel should always feel bigger.
They may wear costumes, but it isn't Halloween. They're real-life superheroes.
Me and Hit Girl were training every day. And there were more and more people joining us every night.
Colonel Stars and Stripes, reporting for duty.
The coolest hero of this film is undoubtedly Chloe Grace Moretz's character, Hit Girl. In part 1, we saw her as a foul-mouthed little girl with skills that easily match those of Rambo. Now she's back to kill even more scum.
Game on, suckers! I mean, yeah, you know, you have to try and get into a role that you did when you're 11 years old, you know, and try and jump into that again, which is hard. Yeah, but it's fun, it's interesting, it's a challenge.
I had to figure out a way to adapt the comic book, because the comic book is about our characters the day after the first story ends, and a number of years have passed in our world. So I had to figure out a way, how are we gonna even do this adaptation? Because Chloe's growing up, and ultimately that became the big idea for the film. Let's tell the story of these characters growing up. You know, if the first movie was about figuring out who Kick-Ass, Red Mist, and Hit Girl were gonna be, let's now talk about, well, who are Dave, Mindy, and Chris gonna be?
Go, 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 go! It's amazing! I feel so alive. I know who I am. I know why I'm here. You gotta find me some badass MMA types to train me, okay? Like a Chuck Liddell or whoever. I don't care how much it costs. I just want to be able to kill Kick-Ass with my bare hands.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse plays the the world's first supervillain. Compared to Mr. Kick-Ass, Aaron Taylor Johnson, he's a pretty skinny guy. So it looks like he isn't the most intimidating antagonist you've ever seen on the big screen.
I didn't do any physical training for this movie. I would have loved to. You know, Aaron obviously looks incredible in this. But I was doing a TV show at the same time as this movie. So on my downtime, I'd fly back to LA and do like 2 or 3 weeks out there and then fly back to London. So I didn't really have any time to go to the gym.
Jim Carrey plays Colonel Stars and Stripes. But Jim refused to promote Kick-Ass 2 as he feels the movie is way too violent. Carrey said that he apologized to his co-stars, the studio, and everyone involved in the film, but he couldn't, in all good conscience, support the sequel's level of violence. It's all down to the Sandy Hook school shooting, which completely changed his opinion on violence in movies.
In the United States, it's rated R, and in the UK, it's a 15, so it's not designed for very young people. It's designed for young adults. And I think you just have to trust your gut. I saw the first film just as a fan, so ultimately I was approaching the sequel as a fan, so I just wanted to make a movie that fans would love.
The epic showdown between the wannabe superheroes and the wannabe villains can be seen in Kick-Ass 2, out in cinemas now.
Anticipation's killing me.